And that was the story of one of boxing's most controversial nights. On one side, a living legend fighting for history. On the other, a giant who kept his belt thanks to the judges' pens. What do you think? Did Evander Holyfield really win this fight? Or was Valuev the rightful champion? Let us know in the comments. Holyfield immediately demanded a rematch, but it never came. Boxing politics robbed him of his golden ending. He fought a few more times, but never again for a world title. His career ended quietly, without the fairy tale finish he deserved. As for Valuev, after the controversial Holyfield fight, he had just one more bout, against David Haye in 2009. Valuev lost his title that night and retired soon after. To this day, Holyfield vs. Valuev is remembered as one of the most controversial fights in modern boxing, ranked among the top 10 robberies of the last decade. When the final bell rang, most observers were convinced Holyfield had done the impossible. But then the judges' scorecards were read: 114-114, draw. 115-114, Valuev. 116-112, Valuev. Result: majority decision, Nikolai Valuev. The arena exploded in boos. Fans were furious. Journalists called it one of the most blatant robberies in modern boxing. Renowned boxing writer Dan Raphael said, "There are more arguments for Holyfield winning all 12 rounds than for Valuev winning 7. The bell rang, and Holyfield shocked the world. His footwork, speed, and accuracy looked more like a man in his 20s than a 46-year-old warrior. Rounds 1 to 3, Holyfield circled the ring, landing clean jabs and body shots, while Valuev lumbered forward, missing often. Rounds 4 to 6, Holyfield landed a sharp right hand that snapped Valuev's head back. The crowd erupted. His timing and precision were perfect. Rounds 7 to 9, Valuev tried to pressure, but his punches mostly landed on Holyfield's gloves and chest. He struggled to land clean on the smaller, faster legend. Rounds 10 to 12, the unthinkable was happening, a 46-year-old outboxing a 7-foot, 320-pound champion. The arena buzzed with disbelief. December 2008, Zurich, Switzerland. Valuev prepared to defend his WBA heavyweight title against the legendary Evander Holyfield. On paper, it looked like a mismatch. Valuev, 7 feet tall, 320 pounds, 35 years old. Holyfield, 6 feet 2 inches, 214 pounds, 46 years old. That meant Valuev held a 9-inch height advantage and outweighed Holyfield by nearly 100 pounds. Still, many experts believed Holyfield's ring IQ, footwork, and experience could neutralize the Russian giant's size advantage. On the other side stood Evander Holyfield, a name that commands respect across generations of boxing fans. From cruiserweight to heavyweight, Holyfield had conquered the very best. Tyson, Foreman, Bowe, Holmes, the list goes on. By 2008, however, Holyfield was 46 years old. Many believed his time had passed. His speed was gone, his reflexes slower, but his heart and fighting spirit were still unmatched. And Holyfield had one last dream left, to break George Foreman's record and become the oldest heavyweight champion in history. Nikolai Valuev, the biggest heavyweight in boxing history. Standing nearly 7 feet tall and weighing over 320 pounds, he looked more like a mythical giant than a boxer. His sheer size made him intimidating, but his skills? That was a different story. Valuev's career was carefully managed. He was matched against smaller, weaker opponents to build up his record. With his steel chin and natural size advantage, he racked up an impressive 46-0 record, with 36 wins coming by knockout. But critics pointed out that his style was slow, robotic, and often dull. Still, promoters marketed him as an unstoppable monster. After briefly losing his WBA title in 2007, he came back to reclaim it, and his team now wanted a big name on his resume. That's when their eyes turned to one of the greatest legends in boxing history, Evander the real deal Holyfield. Boxing, a sport that isn't just about punches and power, but also about politics, business, and controversial judges' decisions. Fighters give everything inside the ring, but too often, the true result is written not by fists, but by scorecards. And history has shown us time and time again, boxing is no stranger to unfair robberies. But one fight stands above the rest, remembered for shocking fans worldwide and forever changing a legend's career: Evander Holyfield vs Nikolai Valuev, 2008.